I am able. Aum. Aham prema. Soham hansaha swaha. Hello, beautiful spirit. Abel, I'm here with Able Spirit to me. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the start of the new series talking about Ānanda. Now, let's define what Ānanda is first. Ānanda is roughly translated as bliss or divine joy or innate joy that is experienced within when you are self-realized. Now, the most important thing about Ānanda is that it is not caused by external things. It is within you from the beginning. Now, that goes very deep, but I think that it actually comes down to a much more basic understanding and utilization of a certain technique that allows you to find Ānanda right here, right now, which is divine internal bliss that is your natural self and does not require external stimulus to acquire it or to achieve it. So we've all experienced bliss. It's kind of hard to put bliss in a little box. What does it mean to me? What does it mean to you? But bliss is kind of the sensation of chills in your body, of pleasure, of cooling. You might get goosebumps. You might feel waves of pleasure going through your body. The very first time that I remember experiencing quote-unquote bliss was probably when I was in grade school and someone showed interest in something that I had. Maybe it was like a little toy that I brought to school, or maybe it was my Trapper Keeper or cool eraser, whatever. But they're looking at it and they're playing with it, and I felt this energy going through me, kind of like I feel right now. And I don't know, it's so weird. Like, why do we feel this energy? Why do we feel this pleasure when someone else is interested in our things? And I've been trying to lock it down for years now, because most people get into spirituality because they're not very happy, not very content, not very pleased with how the life is going. And then you do all this reading and this research about finding bliss, right? And there are lots of authors out there talking about how to find the bliss. A lot of it comes down to meditation, and it does work. Sometimes meditation can get very boring and repetitive and you don't want to do it, so it's work. Also, energy work, like Qigong and Tai Chi and Falun Dafa Gong. All of these exercises, pranayama, yes, they calm your mind, and they calm your body, and they release certain energies, and they undo the reasons you're not experiencing bliss. How about that? Yeah. So usually the bliss is wonderful but short-lived, very temporary. And there are certain things that bring the bliss out very strongly, and I'm gonna just list a couple of them off. First of all, a thing called light songs. So I call them light songs because they make you feel good. Now, you can actually look online and find a lot of playlists talking about this is a playlist for making you feel good. This is the playlist for making you feel wonderful. And I mean, I'm guilty of watching, plenty of YouTube videos like America's Got Talent, etc., with people who sing in a certain way or perform in a certain way that inspires me and makes me feel really good. I get these chills, right? I get these goosebumps. There's just feel good songs and actions. Now, one of the things that I've been saying for years now is I lovingly and humbly call energy to myself now. The reason I do that is multifaceted, but the first reason is because it feels really good. Speak out loud to the universe and tell the universe that you call energy to yourself, and it feels blissful. You feel these chills going through you, you might get goosebumps, etc., right? Now, these are still external stimuli, right? And I want to talk to you about a certain word that I learned recently called frisson. And I'm going to show you on the computer what frisson is, the definition, okay? Okay, so frisson, right here on Wikipedia, French for shiver, also known as aesthetic chills or psychogenic shivers, is a psychophysiological response to rewarding stimuli, including music, films, stories, people, photos, and rituals, that often induces a pleasurable or otherwise positively valenced affective state, and transient paresthesia, which means skin tingling or chills, sometimes along with piloerection, which means goosebumps. The sensation can occur as a mildly to moderately pleasurable emotional response to music with skin tingling. So that is quite a scientific explanation of the sensation, but that's what I wanted to show you. Science says frisson, which is a French term for, shivers, is completely involuntary. It's completely external. Everything that you perceive that causes these sensations, may it be music or massages or being in an environment with a lot of other like-minded people, according to science, it's completely external and you cannot make this happen on your own. Now I'm going to show you something else which I find is very fascinating. Okay, so I'm showing the actual website so you can see how to find it yourself. But voluntarily generated piloerection, VGP, is the rare ability to consciously produce goosebumps controlled by the autonomic nervous system, observed in roughly 1 in 1,500 people. So, again, the autonomic nervous system is parasympathetic and the sympathetic, and we are not supposed to be able to control it. We are not supposed to have any ability to affect it whatsoever. We can expose ourselves to music, to poetry, to movies, to a certain environment, but we're not supposed to be able to do anything about it at all. So what is VGP? It is voluntary goosebumps, and it's the conscious induction of piloerection, a response usually controlled unconsciously by the autonomic nervous system through tiny muscles called erector pili, which cause hair to stand on end. In most people, goosebumps occur in response to cold, fear, or strong emotional experiences, but individuals with VGP can trigger this effect without external stimuli or emotional input. Okay, so you can see that there have been some scientific studies in regard to this phenomenon. It's very weird and rare that people can induce these goosebumps on their own volition. According to science, it's not very common. It's my belief that we can all do it, and it is more common than scientists want us to believe. And we're going to get into that, actually. We're going to talk about how you can do it and why it matters. Why do we even care about giving ourselves goosebumps? Well, it has to do with giving ourselves bliss at will. That is not external, and that is going to come in the next video. I'm going to close this one down for now, but before I do, I want to ask you guys if you can give yourself goosebumps or chills. Yeah, either one. Frisson, the whole feeling. If you guys can do that, please comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I want to know how you do it. I've seen online that some people do it differently than I do, and I want to know other techniques. It's always better to know how others can do. Maybe it's better than what I do. Okay, maybe it is. Anyway. That's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below. And I am love, I'm loving, and I love you. Thank you. Bye.